TECNO Camon 15 Premier, also known as the Camon 15 Pro in India, is the 2020 release that makes TECNO have their first pop-up camera smartphone. This is coming at a time where we're facing a global pandemic and there isn't a physical launch with press. However, there was an online launch with Musicbed, who is now a brand ambassador for TECNO. Wait, Infinix has Davido and TECNO has Musicbed. So this is where I'm going with this. Anyway, in this video, we're going to be unboxing the Camon 15 Premier and I'll be doing a quick review on it. As always, guys, I'll have my timestamps in the description. If you want to get any section of this video for quick information, you can just click that. Without further ado, let's get to the video. First things first, the Camon 15 Premier's box is quite a premium looking one, and with the embossed designs and all the features. 64 megapixel ultra quad camera, ultra night lens, 32 megapixel pop-up selfie camera, and 6.6-inch display, and also the usual TECNO warranty. In India and some parts where this device was announced earlier, this would read Camon 15 Pro instead of Premier. But that out of the way, let's dive in. Inside the box, there's another embossed smaller box. Inside that is where we get the soft touch case with a design that matches the device, and we also have the warranty badge like we usually do. The next thing we have is the SIM ejector tool, which is just there when you open this box. In the retail package, you should have a warranty card and user manual or setup guide, but this is a review unit. Underneath that box is where we get the Camon 15 Premier with all the features we mentioned earlier on the front sticker. There is also an indication that this is 128 gigabytes of storage and 6 gigabytes of RAM, which is nice. We'll keep the device to the side first, and taking the separator to get to the accessories, we've got the standard charger, micro USB cord, and not USB-C again, which is sort of a letdown, and of course the headphones. Taking the wrap off the Camon 15 Premier, we get that 6.6-inch display panel. No mention of whether it's an AMOLED panel, but this has a lot of characteristics of an IPS panel. You know, the similar Camon 15 Pro would inform us of this being an IPS LCD display. Taking the wrap off the back of the device, we see the camera array, and this has a design where it leads all the way to the main pop-up camera. Then beside it, we've got the fingerprint reader. Underneath that is the design by TECNO Camon, and there's TECNO branding. The back of this device is a very nice striped pattern, which is somewhat reminiscent of the Phantom 9 and has a similar camera array as the Camon 12 Pro. Although I'll be missing the colored buttons that the Camon 12 Pro has, even though that was for Google Assistant, the Camon 15 Premier just uses silver colored looks all around. I somewhat wish it had a colored power button. That aside though, we've got a 9.1mm thick device on here, and of course the camera section protrudes and we have a huge 4000 mAh battery. The back of this device looks really attractive. I like how it flows in colors from white to soft pink, and in terms of color options, we'll have to wait to see the full announcement. As far as the ports and I/O, the right side does house the power button and the volume rockers, and it shines all through. The left side has the slot for your dual micro SIM card and expandable storage. The top has a 32 megapixel pop-up selfie camera, and one thing you'll notice is the curvature of the top. It has a ridge that makes the device look like a speed bump from that angle. The bottom, as we've previously mentioned, has the dated USB port, speaker grill, microphone, and the headphone jack. It took 1 minute and 14 seconds to get into this device, and when we're inside, it's HiOS 6.0.1 based on Android 10. From quick observations, the device, even though it has the highest screen to body ratio on a TECNO phone right now, it still has quite a huge chin, which again is kind of a bummer, but on the upside, we finally have a pop-up camera on a TECNO device. The Camon 15 Premier, again, from quick observation, does have a lot of bloatware which you can uninstall and save some of your 128GB storage. As far as technicalities, when it comes to the display of the Camon 15 Premier, we have quite a standard high-resolution display at 1080 by 2340. It's a 6.6-inch full-view IPS LCD display and a PPI of 394. Streaming YouTube, even a 4K video would still pick at 1080p, of course, and it's still quite sharp. The fact that there is no notch or punch hole camera really adds to the immersiveness of the Camon 15 Premier's display. As far as the day-to-day use of this device though, I'd say you wouldn't have any complaints about it really. It doesn't look unusable outdoors, which is a good thing, and it still retains quite some colors. TECNO's HiOS skin still retains a lot of its core, which is, you know, not much has changed here, and if you're coming from a more recent TECNO device, it does seem pretty familiar, aside the fact that we now have Android 10 on this device with the relevant upgrades that it comes with. And of course, you get dark mode on the Camon 15 Premier, appropriately named dark theme, just so you know. It does work in a few of the supported native apps like calls and messages, and even when I checked the Play Store and YouTube, and a lot more. Storage size on the Camon 15 Premier is 128 gigabytes and RAM size is 6 gigabytes, big enough for multitasking. If you do take a lot of videos, you may eventually run out of storage, maybe in over a year, and Google One is a good option. Processor wise, TECNO gives you octa-core speed with two 4-core clusters, and they give you an average speed of 2.01 gigahertz. This is based on MediaTek's P35 chip. It's a 12 nanometer chipset as well. When you're playing games, you get to access the game mode features, which lets you screenshot or screen record on the fly, and of course you get access to many beneficial features while gaming or to avoid distractions. When I tried gaming on this device, PUBG Mobile had the graphics set to the lowest, or rather standard quote-unquote setting, but at medium graphics rate. Gameplay with PUBG was actually smooth, but the graphics could have been better. After 30 minutes of gameplay, playing PUBG, Altos Odyssey, which is more of a 2D game, and Call of Duty Mobile, which also had a default low in terms of graphics, the battery dropped from 41% to 28%. That's after 30 minutes of gaming. What do you guys think of that? Do comment below your thoughts. And speaking of battery, we've got a 4000 milliamp hour battery on this guy. Charging speed will be normal 2 to 3 hours, like the older TECNO device, since we've got the same standard charger in the box. We've got Bluetooth 5.0 and of course OTG for adding an external storage device or accessing other devices. In terms of unlocking method, understandably, the Camon 15 Premier does have face unlock, and even as the camera takes over a second to pop out, it still works. Other options for unlocking your device apart from the pin pattern and password and face unlock, of course, is the fingerprint reader, which isn't on screen like the Camon 12 Pro, which came out last year, but rather a physical one on the back. It worked just fine. What are your thoughts about this? I wish it had an in-display fingerprint reader, but this also works. Now to the cameras. In front, you've got a 32 megapixel front-facing camera in that motorized pop-up action. Like many modern pop-up cameras, you also have drop detection where your camera goes back inside the phone if it detects a fall. On the back, however, from top to bottom, we've got a QVGA camera for low light, quad flash, ultra wide camera, the main 64 megapixel sensor. If it was the Pro version, it would be 48, and this is the Premier version. Then we've got a macro sensor. As far as the front camera, you get to choose the effects that show on the camera by default. It does have a variety of effects. However, in the settings under display, you can choose to display all of them as it is by default. You can choose any of the 5 effects, or you can just turn it off. I thought it was cool, and here's the default sound it makes. To get to the 64 megapixel mode on the back camera, it's just the main settings and you toggle 64 megapixels, but TECNO wants you to have stable hands when taking shots. Front facing selfies are quite okay on here and sharp, and beauty mode does what beauty mode does, where it makes you look like you've applied makeup. Portrait mode also looked a bit okay and did a decent job at blurring the background, even as it may seem somewhat unnatural. The 5 megapixel ultra wide does try to fit in the field of view into the shots, but it's not up to par in terms of quality when you compare it to the main camera in 1x. Then the 2x shot still retains quite some level of detail, while the maximum zoom level you can get to is 8x. I also like the macro capabilities of this camera. Even though it's a lower megapixel, again, it tries to retain as much into the shots. When it comes to the 64 megapixel shots though, the Camon 15 Premier does perform pretty well. First off, the size difference is a little over 3 times larger, 3.5 MB compared to 10.8 MB, and the difference is quite clear when you zoom in. The details in the 64 megapixel shots are really clear, and this is Sony's sensor at play here, helping TECNO. Overall, colors were produced quite well and a little cinematic. At night or in dark, the selfies are just okay. There is a bit of light when you engage the flash. This does make your face stand out, but a bit more exposed. Super night mode in selfies may not really be the way to go, since it just smoothens your face. The same thing applies when you use the back camera. I really didn't see the need to use the super night mode personally, because it smoothens things out a little too much. Although it's brighter, I kind of prefer the noise in my photos. As far as video quality, you're only limited to recording 1080, 720 and 480p. Same with the front camera as well, and both of them are at the same frame rate at 30 fps. The back back camera's video quality is also okay, but it doesn't have stabilization. Alright, so this is the front facing camera video quality of the TECNO Camon 15 Premier. It's a 32 megapixel front facing motorized pop-up camera, and this is how it looks. What do you guys think of the front facing camera's video quality as well as the sound quality? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. So what have we learned here? Well, A, Musicbed is winning. B, Musicbed has this device in his hands right now, which, now that I think of it, it's pretty interesting because he's been tweeting from Android compared to the previous iPhone tweets. C, dear Tecno, we should have gotten a USB-C on this device as it's 2020, and a faster charging and transfer cable would really make this new smartphone have greater advantage over competitors. D, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to turn on notifications. You know, it's so easy to do. It's free and you'll be the first to know when I upload a new video. E, make sure you check out the description for all the pricing and updated information on this device. It's launching today and there are some things that I didn't include, so do check that out. Check the description out. Also guys, the 5 Xiaomi AirDots giveaway for the next 5 weeks is still on, so do check out the description for that. That's all for this video guys. Do leave a like if you did enjoy this video and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Would you get one? Do you think Tecno made improvements in this iteration of this Camon lineup? Share your thoughts and especially your questions in the comment section below. I'll be hanging out there and replying to everyone as much as I can. Thanks for watching and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.